Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Nerd in Denial. If you're new here, I'm Matt.
I'm Sam.
And this is where I introduce my fiance Sam here to nerdy properties like anime, superhero properties. A dog hit the camera. Please ignore that. And we have dogs. So we kind of do this every week where we watch something new in a nerdy property that's either new to her or new to both of us in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
And we just kind of review it, give our thoughts, and just kind of get closer and closer to her admitting that she's actually a nerd.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We've been doing anime stuff for a few weeks now just because a lot's come out, but I wanted to kind of go back to my other love of comic books and superheroes, specifically DC Comics. And so we watched this new animated DC movie, Batman, Gotham by Gaslight, which, for anybody who doesn't know what that is, it is a kind of an alternate universe of Batman story where he is in the 1800s and he's going after Jack the Ripper, or their version of Jack the Ripper, because it's not in London at all.
Yeah.
So, why don't we start with what you thought of the movie?
I thought it was good. It's definitely not... I mean, I haven't watched any of the animated movies, period, ever. So it wasn't...
You got some of the Easter eggs, but not...
Yes, but not quite all of them.
And there are some really fun Easter eggs. We're going to try to keep this review as spoiler-free as possible because it's new, it's a mystery, and the twist, quote-unquote, ending is not something I would like to have spoiled for me, if it were me.
Yeah.
But I thought it was very well. I thought it was a good idea. And something that absolutely people want to have wanted to see, Batman versus Jack the Ripper, one of the most notorious serial killers who never got.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an interesting concept to kind of put Jack the Ripper in Batman's world and kind of combine them. I love the Easter eggs. I love the orphan boys, Dickie, Jason, and Little Timmy, because that was funny.
Had to get it explained to me, but...
Selena Kyle was in there. You got Poison Ivy in there. Dr. Hugo Strange. A lot of nods to other Batman villains and other characters. And it was just nice to see a Batman movie that wasn't centered around him versus the Joker.
Yeah, it was definitely a nice, refreshing.
So what did you think of the art style?
I liked it. It fit with the darker theme and the whole plot. It definitely worked. Absolutely.
And, there were some jokes here and there, like Batman experimenting with his new fingerprints theory. The Batmobile is a horse-drawn carriage. But it was a very fun movie. I wouldn't call it great. I wouldn't call it amazing. I wouldn't call it terrible. Right there in the middle of. I didn't feel like I wasted an hour and 15 minutes of my life, so I'll take that.
But there were moments where it was like, really? Really? Like, you didn't see that at all? Really, though? Like a giant Ferris wheel. But oh no, you don't see it until you're 10 feet away from it. Sure. Okay.
I still love I think my least favorite joke was they're showing off the Ferris wheel and they go, it can go up to an astonishing 15 miles an hour. And this lady in the crowd goes, can a human being withstand such speed? I'm like, lady, have you never ridden a horse?
Like, oh my God.
You never ran?
And then some doctor has to come in and be like, well, actually,
humans can withstand up to 35 miles an hour. Thank you, Hugo Strange. Which it's a nice joke on paper. Didn't really get executed very well, and also again, horses.
It's also supposed to be the difference of time.
Oh no, absolutely.
In achievements and things, but it was just like,
if
we know that it's not a thing, that's like,
I mean, that's fair enough. But yeah, and I knew this would be a good movie to show her because she's really into this true crime serial killer stuff. So I thought this is a good thing to get her started on. Other things we have planned are like Justice League Dark. I think Justice League War would be good. I'm trying to find some other stuff because I know DC's animated movies are much better than their live action ones. Yay. But overall, I thought this was a decent movie. I can see why it didn't get like a theatrical release, though not a lot of the animated DC movies do these days. But a good experiment on paper. Kind of ended abruptly.
It definitely ended abruptly. But it was a good plot, and the plot was easy to follow. Because Jack the Ripper has a lot of things to him, but they did enough of incorporating real things that happen with Jack the Ripper, but also progressing this, make-believe storyline.
Only one Easter egg that I was not okay with, which is Barbara Gordon. As something I know in the comics, Barbara Gordon is the daughter of Commissioner Gordon, who later becomes Batgirl.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert, in this movie, she's Commissioner Gordon's wife. So that took a minute to kind of process of, ew. But different universe, different things, and because the three Robins know each other before they know Bruce Wayne, so I have to throw the comic book knowledge out the window. It's an Easter egg, not a plot point. Anyway, but that was really my only big complaint about the movie was the ew moment I had. But overall, like this movie. I would recommend it to any Batman fan out there, especially if you can just watch it on the internet, because that's what we do.
Especially if you have the fascination that I do
of Jack the Ripper,
of serial killers.
Just
and
don't
crime.
expect to see the gory murders.
No.
This is like a TV, MA, PG-13 area where there's blood and some cursing, but nothing really bad.
Yeah, it's not like a full-fledged horror movie or
anything.
anything.
I could show this to a 13-year-old and get away with it.
Yeah.
So.
Which, I mean, is kind of what you expect when you
get an animated movie.
With Batman and stuff.
I mean, oh god, there was one movie.
I'm assuming there are some that are a little
there are some that
brutal.
Yeah. There's some animes that are brutal.
Well, yeah.
We've seen. He's all about that rope right now, and he likes tug of war, so please excuse the dog.
Yes, please excuse the dogs.
This is going to be a quick video because it's a short movie, and there's really not much to say when we're avoiding spoilers because it's so new. But, can I see him?
He slammed his head on my chair.
But if you haven't seen this movie, I recommend it. If you have seen this movie, let us know what you thought about it in the comments. As always, like, subscribe, give us recommendations for stuff to watch, either for a review or for our show week to week.
Let us know any animated movies. We're not just going to do anime. Anime does take a lot of time out of our schedules and things like that. So if y'all have any short, quick animated movies that you want us to see, absolutely. We can get those out a lot faster. Yeah. And as always, like the video, subscribe, share us on any anime forum out there that you can. We would love to get more followers and subscribers and everything like that. And any patrons, if you got the money and if you want to support us, at patreon.com/thetokukast, link will probably be in the description below. And we're still on the Stardust app. We haven't been posting too many things, but we do have a couple reactions and things, and we'll try to do more on that as well. So. But I can't think of anything else to touch on. I don't know about you. No, just make sure you follow us on Twitter. I constantly post updates if we're going to be late and things like today's video. Because we still trying to figure out this whole schedule. And life keeps happening. Life keeps happening because that's what it does. Well, he won. And I think that's the perfect ending. Bye, everybody.